The lightning crackled between Palpatine's fingertips, illuminating the terror in his yellow eyes. Mace Windu stood over him, lightsaber raised. The purple blade hummed with deadly intent. "You have lost, my lord." Anakin burst through the doorway, his heart pounding. He'd run all the way from the Jedi Temple. His mind screamed with a single thought. Padme, she was dying in his visions. Only Palpatine knew how to save her. "Anakin!" Palpatine's voice was weak, desperate. "Help me! Don't let him kill me! I can save her so I can save Padme!" Mace didn't hesitate. He's a Sith Lord, Anakin. He's been controlling the Republic, manipulating all of us. He created this war. Anakin ignited his lightsaber. The blue glow reflected off his face. For a moment, time stood still. He thought of Padme, her smile, her voice, the children she carried. But then, he thought of his mother, how his fear had turned him into a monster on Tatooine, how the Tuskens had died because he couldn't control himself, how the darkness felt when it wrapped around his soul. Not again. Not again, please, Palpatine begged. Anakin raised his blade and swung, but not at Mace. The blue lightsaber cut through Palpatine's outstretched hands. The lightning died instantly. The Sith Lord screamed in agony, collapsing to the floor. Mace stared at Anakin, shocked. Then, without hesitation, he brought his blade down one final time. Sheev Palpatine, Darth Sidious. The architect of the Clone Wars died in his own office. Silence filled the room. Anakin dropped to his knees, trembling. "What have I done?" Mace placed a hand on his shoulder. "You've fulfilled the prophecy, Anakin. You've brought balance to the Force. But outside, across the galaxy, thousands of clone troopers waited for an order that would never come." Mace Windu moved fast. Within minutes of Palpatine's death, he contacted the Jedi Temple. "Master Yoda, it's done. The Sith Lord is dead." Yoda's hologram flickered in the dim office. His ears drooped with the weight of centuries. A great disturbance in the Force, I felt, but clarity now. "There is. We need to act immediately," Mace said. "Palpatine controlled everything. The Senate, the military, the clones." He paused. "If his contingency plans activate, we could lose everything we just saved." Across Coruscant, Jedi Masters received emergency transmissions. Kit Fisto sprinted through the Senate building, securing key chambers. Shock Tai locked down Kamino's cloning facilities before anyone could tamper with the command protocols. Plo Koon grounded every military starship until further notice, but it was Obi-Wan Kenobi who made the most critical move. On Utapau, he stood before Commander Cody. "The Chancellor is dead, Commander, killed by the Jedi, because he was the Sith Lord we'd been hunting." Cody's expression didn't change behind his helmet, but his hand hovered near his blaster. Obi-Wan didn't flinch. "I'm asking you to trust me, old friend. Stand down until we can prove the truth." For 5 long seconds, nothing happened. Then Cody lowered his hand. "We'll need evidence, General. Real evidence." "You'll have it," Obi-Wan promised. Back on Coruscant, his hand still shook. Mace found him there, staring at nothing. "How is Padme?" Mace asked quietly. Anakin looked up. His eyes were red. "I don't know if I saved her or doomed her. Palpatine said he could. Palpatine was a liar, Anakin. But what if he wasn't, outside the temple?" The first Senate emergency session was being called, and not everyone believed the Jedi's story.
The Senate chamber erupted in chaos. "The Jedi have committed treason!" Senator Orn Free-Ta shouted. "They murdered our Chancellor!" Bail Organa stood firm at the podium. "Let them speak. Let them present their evidence." Mace Windu stepped forward, flanked by Yoda and Obi-Wan. Behind them, a massive holo-projector activated. "What you're about to see," Mace began, "will challenge everything you believe about this war." The hologram showed Palpatine's private office, hidden files, encrypted communications, and then recordings. Palpatine's voice, twisted and dark, speaking to Count Dooku. "Execute Order 66 when the time comes. The Jedi will be eliminated." The chamber fell silent. More recordings played. Palpatine meeting with separatist leaders. Palpatine funding both sides of the war. Palpatine orchestrating battles that killed millions. "He created the war," Obi-Wan said quietly. "He played both sides, the Republic and the Separatists, all part of his plan." Senator Amidala rose from her seat, her face pale. The invasion of Naboo 10 years ago? Did he? Yes, Mace confirmed. He arranged his own planet's invasion to become Chancellor. Gasps filled the chamber. Mas Amedda, Palpatine's closest advisor, suddenly stood. These files could be fabricated. The Jedi could have— "We have a witness," Yoda interrupted. The doors opened. Anakin Skywalker walked in. Every eye turned to him. The hero with no fear, the face of the Republic's war effort. "I was there," Anakin said, his voice steady but strained. "Palpatine told me he was Darth Sidious. He said he'd been grooming me for years. He wanted me to become his apprentice, to help him destroy the Jedi." He paused. He called himself a Sith Lord. The Senate exploded again, but this time it wasn't anger, it was fear, because if Palpatine had deceived them all, who else was lying? And deep in the Senate building, a figure in the shadows activated an encrypted comm channel. "The plan has failed. Initiate Protocol 7. Anakin found Padme in her apartment, staring out at the Coruscant skyline. "Padme," she turned. Her eyes were filled with tears. "You were going to turn, weren't you?" He couldn't lie, not anymore. "Yes, for me," she whispered. "You were going to become a Sith, for me." Anakin moved closer. "I couldn't lose you. The visions, they were so real. Every night I watched you die, and Palpatine said he could save you. So you would have destroyed everything?" Her voice cracked. "The Jedi? The Republic? Obi-Wan?" "I don't know." His hands trembled. "I wasn't thinking clearly. I was terrified." Padme placed a hand on her stomach. "We're having twins, Annie. A boy and a girl." His breath caught. "Twins?" "The medical droid confirmed it this morning." She looked at him directly. "These children deserve a father who won't burn the galaxy down out of fear. They deserve better than what you almost became." The words hit harder than any lightsaber. "I'm sorry," Anakin said. "I should have trusted you. I should have trusted Obi-Wan. I should have— But you didn't." Padme's voice was firm now. "You kept secrets. You let fear control you. And if Mace hadn't been there, if you'd made a different choice—" Silence filled the room. "I'm not leaving you," she finally said. "But things have to change. No more secrets. No more darkness. If we're going to raise these children, you need to face what you almost did." Anakin nodded slowly. "The Council is going to exile me. Maybe worse. I broke the code. I married you. Actually," a voice said from the doorway. Obi-Wan stepped inside, his expression unreadable. "The Council wants to see you both, immediately." "Am I being expelled?" Anakin asked. Obi-Wan's face softened just slightly. "That's not exactly what they have in mind." The Council chamber felt different now. Mace Windu stood at the center, addressing every Jedi Master via hologram. "We found it. Order 66, buried deep in every clone trooper's brain." The holograms flickered with shock and horror. A single command, and every Jedi in the galaxy would have been executed by the soldiers fighting beside them. Ki-Adi-Mundi's voice was quiet. "How many clones are programmed with this order?" "All of them," Shakti answered. "From Kamino, every single clone, millions of soldiers, all one command away from becoming our executioners." The weight of it settled over the Council like a shroud. Yoda closed his eyes. "Blinded we were, arrogant, failed the galaxy we did. We trusted the Senate, we trusted the Chancellor, we thought we were keeping the peace. We became warriors," Mace said bitterly. "We led armies, we fought a war, and we never asked who truly benefited." Obi-Wan's hologram appeared. "The Kaminoans are cooperating. They're removing the inhibitor chips from the clones, but it'll take months, maybe years." "And the ones already deployed?" Ki-Adi-Mundi asked. "We tell them the truth," Anakin's voice cut in. He stepped into view beside Obi-Wan. "We tell every clone trooper that they were slaves, that Palpatine put bombs in their heads to kill us." "They deserve to know," Obi-Wan agreed, "and they deserve a choice."
Across the galaxy, Jedi Knights approached their clone commanders. Some conversations went well, others didn't. On Kashyyyk, Commander Gree listened to Luminara Unduli's explanation, then quietly removed his helmet. "We never wanted this, General.
Some of you might want to keep serving. Others might want to go home, find a life beyond war. We've never had a choice before," Rex admitted. "You do now." Across the Republic, clone troopers began making decisions. Some stayed in the military, helping rebuild planets destroyed by the war. Others left, searching for meaning beyond the battlefield. The Separatists surrendered within weeks. Without Palpatine pulling the strings, the war simply ended. But not everyone accepted peace. In the shadows of Coruscant's underworld, former Imperial advisors met in secret. "The Sith may be dead," one whispered, "but his vision isn't. There are others who believe in order, in strength." "Who leads us now?" another asked. A figure stepped into the dim light. Mas Amedda, Palpatine's former right hand. "I know where Sidious kept his contingency plans, his secrets, his weapons." He smiled coldly. "The Empire will rise, just not yet." Luke Skywalker stood in the Jedi Temple training room, his blue lightsaber humming softly in his grip. The morning sun streamed through the tall windows, casting long shadows across the polished stone floor. Outside, Coruscant's endless cityscape glittered in the dawn light. Speeders moved in orderly streams through the sky lanes. No star destroyers, no TIE fighters, just peaceful traffic and the gentle hum of a galaxy at rest. Across from Luke, his twin sister Leia mirrored his stance, her green lightsaber held in perfect form. "Ready?" she asked, a competitive grin spreading across her face. "Always," Luke replied, matching her smile. They were 19 years old, born in the final days of the Clone Wars, raised in peace, trained from childhood in the ways of the Force by the greatest Jedi masters the galaxy had ever known. They moved. The lightsabers clashed in a brilliant display of blue and green light. Luke pressed forward with an aggressive sequence his father had taught him. Leia deflected each strike with graceful precision, her footwork flawless. "You're telegraphing your strikes," Leia said, parrying an overhead blow. "Am I?" Luke feinted left, then spun right, nearly catching her off guard. Leia laughed, using the Force to push herself backward out of range. "Cheater! You just Force pushed. Who's the cheater?" Their laughter echoed through the training room as they continued their duel, not as enemies, but as siblings who had grown up together, trained together, and loved each other deeply. Watching from the observation deck above, Anakin Skywalker smiled. His hair was shorter now, touched with gray at the temples. Lines marked the corners of his eyes, laugh lines mostly. His mechanical hand rested on the railing, the other holding a cup of morning caf. He looked older, certainly, but also peaceful, content in a way he'd never been during the war. "They're incredible," Padme said beside him, her hand finding his. She wore a simple but elegant dress in deep purple. Her senator's robes hung in her office these days. She still served the Republic, but from a position of wisdom rather than the front lines. Her hair, streaked with distinguished gray, was pulled back in a practical style. "Like their father," she added with a smile. Anakin shook his head. "Better than their father. Much better." "How so?" "They didn't grow up with fear," Anakin said quietly, "or anger, or the weight of slavery and loss crushing them every day. They had what I never did growing up." "What's that?" "A family, a real family. Parents who loved them, a home, safety, peace." He squeezed her hand. "They got to be children. I never had that." Below, Luke disarmed Leia with a clever feint, her lightsaber flying across the room. She immediately force-pushed him backward in playful retaliation. "No fair!" Luke shouted, tumbling across the floor. "All's fair in a duel, brother," Leia called back, retrieving her weapon. Obi-Wan Kenobi joined them on the observation deck, 2 cups of caf in his hands. He offered one to Padme, who accepted gratefully.
His hair and beard had gone mostly gray over the past 19 years. Deep lines etched his face, earned through years of rebuilding the Jedi Order, training a new generation, and helping heal a galaxy torn apart by war. But his eyes still sparkled with that characteristic warmth and humor. "They remind me of you and me, Anakin," Obi-Wan said, watching the twins resume their sparring. Anakin laughed. "We never were that good, Master. Speak for yourself. I was excellent. You were adequate at best." Padme rolled her eyes affectionately. 19 years and you two still bicker like younglings. "Some traditions are worth maintaining," Obi-Wan said with a grin. The galaxy had changed, profoundly, fundamentally. The Clone Wars had ended not with the Republic's transformation into an empire, but with genuine peace. The Separatist leaders, deprived of Palpatine's secret backing and manipulation, had surrendered within months. Many had been shocked to learn they'd been pawns in a Sith Lord's game. The clone troopers, freed from their inhibitor chips and the threat of Order 66, had been given choices, real choices. Some chose to continue serving in the Republic military, but as volunteers with rights and pay. Others left, searching for meaning beyond the battlefield. Captain Rex had become an advocate for clone rights, ensuring his brothers received the respect and dignity they'd been denied as property of the Republic. Commander Cody taught at the military academy. Fives, who in another timeline would have died discovering the conspiracy, now ran a successful security consulting business with several of his brothers. The Jedi Order had undergone its own transformation. Master Yoda had led a period of deep reflection and reform. The Jedi had acknowledged their failures during the war, how they'd become